Okay, guys, so today I want to do kind of a start from stash type thing. I mean, I guess it is completely because this is from my stash and I just pulled some papers because the other day I did a card that was inspired by Hunky Dory crafts, and somebody asked what video it was from. To be honest, I've been just watching a lot of their videos just in the background. I've been watching all kinds of different things, and I don't know, but it wasn't a full tutorial on this specific card. It was just them showing like an example of whatever it was that they were trying to show that day. And I think it had a daisy, so it might have been their new perfect daisy pad. I don't know if they have a whole show on that because I don't remember watching a whole show on that. Maybe they just featured a piece of that in one of their shows. So I'm sorry I don't have the link. But again, they didn't do a tutorial. They just showed it really quickly, like literally just like that. They're like, oh, they're showing examples, and then she went like that, and that's where I was like, oh, let me see. Like that's why I tried to pause it to see like what's under there. And so this is why I came up with what I did. I don't know if that's how they actually made it. So I love this card. It just blew me away. I just love looking at it. I still have it sitting here, and I made this last week. So we're gonna do another card. It's very hunky dory, but I'm gonna use Anna Griffin stuff just because maybe you don't have hunky dory stuff. And although it's gorgeous, you do have to order from the UK. They're having some different things. What I was trying to say in that video, and I totally forgot. I was mentioning a little bit about the tariffs at the beginning of the video, is that they're not going to ship dies. They're little stones like this. They're like plastic storage. Basically anything that they make in China, they're not going to ship to the US because it doesn't make sense for them as a company with the pricing and all that for them to do that and then ship it out here. So you can basically get their papers and then maybe a couple other things like their stencils also. Again, they're not going to be shipping those out. So I don't know. It's a bummer, but that's what it is. So I'm going to use some Anna Griffin items. So again, start from stash. If anything I'm using is available, I doubt it because these are super old. I just grabbed this because I was like, oh, let me get some Anna paper, to start with. And I was looking through my stashes of paper, and I saw this one, and I thought, oh, that's so pretty. But it reminded me of like the Virginia stuff. Virginia, I think. Yeah. And it says basket cardstock. Now, this basket cardstock is a mix of different lines, so maybe this is from Virginia. I don't know. But either way, it's pretty, and I grabbed it. I don't even know if I'm going to use this paper. I just grabbed that. And then I need like a sentiment or something to help us out make this fun card that you saw at the intro. So I grabbed this because not that they go together, but I was like, oh, maybe the cats, that'd be fun. Oh, you know what? The cat and the dog, they're facing opposite ways because we do need something to face opposite ways. Or just to decorate. So I don't know if I'll use the cat and the dog because again the colors on that are very blue and red where this paper may be not. I'm just trying to mix things up. We'll see. Really, I wanted the sentiments. So we're gonna get to that. So if anything's available, I'll link in the description box, possibly embed in the video depending how HSN and YouTube are doing that right now. Those would be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. I have not made one of these cards in a long time, but you guys, I mentioned making more fun fold cards. You guys said you want to see more fun fold cards, so we will definitely do that. This one I'm not going to put out there. If you guys want, I can make this on the Cricut. Because on the Cricut, if you pay for access, which I don't give them any more of my money, I don't get cut lines. So you can get cut lines from, the way you pop in like a score line, but only if you're a paying member, guys. So I can't just throw in a cut line where I want. So it's something I can't do. So I wouldn't put this type of card in there because it does have a couple cut lines. I'm just gonna use my paper trimmer. You can do your trimmer and your scoreboard if you need to. Look at this pile. I need to move this. It's just right now I'm going through all my stash here for the most part, and look at all this wonderful Spellbinders goodness. These are not for D-stash. Don't even think about it. Don't ask about it. No. I'm just put it here so I can put it somewhere else. Okay. And let's get started. Actually, I say let's get started. I need a base paper. I'm not going to use this, but you can definitely do that. And then we're going to do some matte layers. I haven't made one of these cards in a while, so I don't remember the matte layer sizing. Hopefully they're just very easy to do, like 2 and 4 inches. We'll be using the numbers 2s and 4s a lot. Ooh. Okay, I need a base paper, and right now I looked and I have a really bright pink one. I don't know if it's going to go with these things. It would go with the pink of the flowers, though. I mean, maybe we throw something in there. I don't know. See, it's very blue and red, this one. Maybe I shouldn't have grabbed this. Maybe I should have grabbed something else. Oh, but they do have some that are just sending support and love. That's kind of an odd one. Congratulations, that might work. Just depending on what your happy birthday, best wishes. That one's okay, and it has like gold. And it has blue. I'll be right back. I'm going to go for it because honestly it caught my eye over there, and look, I mean the pink that's in there, I think it looked pretty. And then maybe the matte layers will bring in some blue or something to kind of ground this and pull it back in. I don't know. Let's put those things to the side for right now. So this card always hurts my brain because it doesn't make sense. Because when you fold it, it's going to look like a square, but you're not starting off with square numbers like 6 and 12, you know, to make it a square. It's going to be 6 inches, so I'm going to take this, and you can cut it at 6 or do the other part first, but you need 6 by 10, okay? So I'm going to take that. I can see that this cardstock's a little bit, something happened to the corner of this guy. So I'm going to take an inch off of that, 6 by 10. And then we're going to pay attention, guys. So these cards are really fun and super easy, but you do need, you know, to pay attention a little bit. So we're going to score at 2 for 2 inches and at 4 for 4 inches. Okay, so I'm going to close up just a little bit. Not that, I don't even know if we need that, but 2 inches. So we're going to line this up at 2 inches. And then again, I love this trimmer because it's very easy. It has all these little lines that help you see kind of where you're scoring or where you're going to stop if you're cutting, you know, all those things. It has arrows and all kinds of good stuff. But basically I'm going to line it up at 2 inches because I'm already here. So from 2 inches, or from the top, 2 inches. So 2 inches in and 2 inches down. Okay, so I'm going to stop at 2. Score line. Move it over. So we're going to move over to 4 inches. I'm telling you, it's so easy. And from this one, I'll just go back to the top. We're going to score down to 4 inches. So this is 6 inches tall. So you have a 2 inch square here. You're going to have this big space here. Another little 2 inch squarish kind of here, right? So at 2, down to 2 inches. At 4, down to 4 inches. We're just going to turn this around and do the same thing again. Now, I'm already at 4, so if I want to, I can go there, but I don't want to confuse anybody. So let's go back to 2, but if you're good at this, I would just say leave it at 4, go up 4, you know, line it up. Anyway, at 2 inches, score down to 2 inches. Okay, move it over to 4 inches and take your score all the way down to 4. If you have to do this on a you know, scoreboard, just bring it over and do the same thing, but you're gonna have to come back to your cutting board, right? But either way, this is centimeters. Sorry, let me turn this around. I would just have it here, 2 inches, bring it down to 2, 4 inches, bring it down to 4. Obviously, you're gonna have to keep an eye out, you know, maybe put a ruler, something that helps you. But those are the things we did on both sides. You guys, no lie, I have 7 scoring boards right here, just all standing up next to each other. Okay, 2 down to 2, 4 down to 4. We turned it, 2 down to 2, 4 down to 4, right? So now all you're gonna do is basically the same. You know, however I look at this time, it's the same. It doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. What you're gonna do is come over here and find one of your 2 inch lines. So basically you're gonna lay this next to the 4 inch line, right? So butt it up to 4 inches. You're going to start at your 2 inch line and cut all the way down to the next 4 inch line. So you're going to cut over this one, right? 2, 4, 4, 2, essentially. At that 2 inches in, so that's why we're lining this up at 4, all the way down to the second 4 inch line you have made. So I'm going to get rid of this guy. So I'm going to start this guy at 2 inches, just about there, and bring it down to your basically 6 inch. You're gonna stop there, but you can see the line is there, right? Okay, pick it up. We're gonna turn this around. Initially, all we have right now is a little slit, and do the same thing. So butt it up to 4 inches. All right, and I'm already at 6 inches and 2 inches in, so I think now you kind of get it. So we're there. If you want to start back up at the 2 inch, fine. You butt it up at 4, start there and bring it all the way down to 6. But we're already at 6, so I'm going to bring it up to 2. Like I said, really, I don't want to confuse anybody, but I think this is pretty straightforward. And essentially, this looks the same. It looks like you have a little argyle pattern or something going across there. We're going to use our trimmer a lot right now because we're going to make a lot of matte layers. If you want, you don't have to matte layer each little piece. Okay, so it looks like this. And what do you want to do? Do you want... you know, you can open it this way if you wanted. You can do it this way. You can score it so that this tucks behind, this is in front, you know, whatever it is you want, because you're just going to score it in opposite ways. But like right now, I'm going to tuck things back, bring these forward. See, I'm trying to get that little step going, basically. And so it's been a while since I did one of these. I might have cut that one a little too aggressively, but there you go. We're going to lay it down. We want it to be nice and straight. So what I like to do is I'll look at this and try to ease the score lines to where they need to be, like this one. See, it needs to go a little more that way. And that looks perfect. Okay, good. So there's score lines, what we see, but they're also behind here, right? So you want your card open like that. If you don't, if you want this in the background, you would just score it, push it the other way. Does that make sense? Or I guess at this point you can just turn it over, but the cut lines look, you know, not as nice. So if you want this in the front, that towards the back, however you want this to be, you know, that's what you're going to do. And for me, I'm going to have it this way. I think I'm going to put my main square here and then another one here. But you can use it either way. Again, fold it the other way. It does something else. This is the part I don't remember, if the matte layers are all good. So if you can think about it, this is going to be a 4-inch square, right? Essentially. It should be 4. It's just a little bit over. But yeah, no, it's at 4. It should be 4 because of the lines we made. 4-inch square. These should both be 2-inch squares, but, and it just hurts my brain because we started off with a 6x11 piece of cardstock. And so you would think something's not going to be square, but see right there, it's a little 2 inches. I feel like it's a little shorter than 2 inches, which is odd. So we have 2 4-inch squares. For sure we have 2-inch squares-ish here. I say ish because it's kind of weird. 2 inches, yeah. You would think that somewhere in here we should be missing something. This was a little bit smaller than 2 inches, but just about there. Okay. That's so weird. I'm telling you, it hurts my brain. Okay. Because essentially this is 5.5, but it's not 6 inches. It just, anyway, blows me away. So let me go through my stash and find something. If I'm going to use this paper, I wasn't really planning, to be honest, on using this paper. And it's so funny, it's a basket because I'm going to use it for like my little straw hats or whatever, you know, those kinds of things, or like the Easter things. But it really does have a lot of patterns in there, just florals. So it's like these guys. I mean, this is so pretty. I mean, that would still coordinate. Actually, that one probably coordinates better. But the pattern is so big on this, and we need a lot of like 2-inch and smaller squares. So I'll use this one, even though I wasn't super planning on using it. It's very busy. That's the other thing about this one. But so again, the other one's less busy. This one's more busy. I'm thinking if I use, I mean, there are other sentiments, of course, I can grab from other places. Best wishes, happy birthday with the blue. I don't know about that. I really like the way, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Do something like that, right? Just something pretty. Oh, sending love and hugs. I like that. Because this one doesn't have any blue in it. I like the way this looks. Okay, well maybe we have other things that we can play with and not have to, there's a lot of blue and red. I mean, this set is so old, guys. This is some really old toile set. Yeah, I do like that. Okay. I mean, we have all these pretty images, but it kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, like a bathroom, like Bath and Body stuff. Like, I think this would be cute if you were giving somebody some Bath and Body stuff and include this. I mean, even this lady would work out, but I don't know. Have a bunny in here. Okay, let me see what I have as far as matte layers. I was thinking just gold, but I thought maybe I'll pull blue in, but honestly, I don't have to pull the blue in, so maybe we'll just do gold. So let me grab that. Okay, I just grabbed these 6x8-inch pieces that I found. So again, that's a 4-inch square, 2-inch square. I'm a matte layer, so for the 4-inch ones, let's say 3 7/8, because that's what I like. So 3 7/8 here. So 3 7/8 here. And that'll be my first one, but I need 2 of them if we're making them the same. 4, 3 7/8. If you like quarters, do 3 3/4-inch square, you know? And that should take care of these guys. Now, if you want to do each of these smaller ones, there are 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Hold on, 1, 2. So hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Does that make sense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. You think there'd be 8, but I guess there's 3 here, and then 1 here. You don't have to decorate these guys, but if you want the card to open up like this completely and still look, you know, well decorated, that's one thing. You can just put these 2, whatever you want. So if these are 2-inch squares, I want 1 and a 7/8 inch. These guys. So 1 and 7/8. Actually, I'm gonna cut this other piece. I don't know why. Whenever I have the machine, you know, like the factory cut edge, I like to keep that. That's just me. So I'm gonna turn it this way and make sure we have 1 and 7/8. And I'm not gonna bore you with that, but I'm going to cut out 7 of these that are 1 and 7/8. So I will be right back. 1 and 7/8 inch square. Okay, last one. Really easy. Okay, so now we're gonna cut this pretty paper. And again, I like the 1/8 inch, you know, lines here. So for this one, it would be 3 3/4. So I'm just gonna cut this at 3 3/4, just to begin with, straight off. So 3 3/4, and then I'll cut my other squares and stuff from there. But 3 3/4 inch squares, so we need 2 of them. I'm just making it all match, but if you don't, you know, want to, I mean, honestly, well, it doesn't all have to match. Now that I think about it, I was wanting to make it less busy. So what if we make the little squares the florals and the big one this, because that way when I put the stickers and stuff, it just kind of, look at that. Okay, it looks better. Okay, see? All right. 3 3/4 inch squares. I'm just turning it over just so you can see it, but we want 2 of those. Perfect. That actually tones everything down, which is great. 3 3/4 inch squares. I was a little worried it was a lot going on. And then for these guys, I want 1 3/4 inch squares. So I'm just gonna cut this. I'm about to get some more because obviously this isn't gonna work out with the math, I don't think. That'd be interesting if it did, but 1 3/4. Oh, hold on. Oh yeah. Okay, perfect. Then I can cut this still 1 3/4 on that one too. So that was cool. So 3 3/4 by 12, and then we can get most of our pieces. I might still have to cut, you know, a few others, but 1 3/4 inch squares. I need 7 of them. This paper is so pretty. I mean, look at this little piece. I mean, you can definitely use that for something else. Okay, so again, 6 by 10. Scored at 2 for 2 inches, scored at 4 for 4 inches. Turn it, do the same thing, 2 for 2 inches, 4 for 4 inches. Go from the 2 inch line down to the 4 inch, you know, from the second one, 2 inches in. Same thing over here. And then we just squish it however it is that you want that to be. For me, this is going to be the front, and then it opens up to this front bottom. But again, you can switch all that up. And then from there, you have 2 and 4 inch squares. So for matte layers, again, I just did this, but I just want to talk about it again. I am doing 1 and 7/8 inch squares, topped with 1 3/4 inch squares, and then the ones for the 4 inch area are 3 7/8, the gold layer, and then 3 3/4 inch square on the other portion. So I'm just going to glue those together. You can imagine all 7. And then these guys, I'm so glad I turned that over. Honestly, that paper, I mean, this is gorgeous. I hate to cover it up, but that's just what's going to happen because it is very busy otherwise. This will kind of let your eye rest a little bit and then just have those pops of color. So I'm going to turn that over. And it could be the other way. I could do the florals here and then the blue patches, you know, for these little guys. But I think with the stickers and everything, this really just lets your eyes settle and not have to like, ooh, what's going on? There's a lot going on. Okay, I'll be right back. So I know square cards aren't for everybody, and yes, you do have to put like the little higher postage on them, and you know, depending on how thick you make it, maybe even more. But generally, the non-machinable, oversized, you know, card postage should do it. And I have tons. I probably don't. I mean, I don't know. I have so many forever stamps plus those kind. It'll be a long time either that I have to buy any or ever again. Tons. I hardly ever send oversized cards like these guys. And the only time on a 5x7 I'll use that non-machinable is if I feel like it's thick. But 5x7 should still go with just your basic postage. Okay, I don't have to stick these down yet, but you can, and then decorate them, you know, as you want. So let's say like this guy can go in here. I'm thinking about putting this one on a dimensional, but then maybe I shouldn't. You know what? I won't, because who knows how I'm going to put the stickers down, and maybe I want that to be a little more dimensional. So let's put this down. And then two, I don't know, it's like, should the decoration on the front portion have the sentiment, or should the sentiment be revealed when you open it up more? It doesn't really close completely. Sorry, it's hard to see when I'm putting this. Just trying my best to get that centered. Right there, that looks so pretty. And then these little guys, you know, wherever you think. You can definitely put, you know, other ephemera and stickers on these squares too. They're a good size. So I'm put one here. That's so cute. Just lining it up nicely. Like that. This one doesn't have too much going on. It's kind of quiet. Maybe I'll put it on this back side. Just the image on it, it's kind of boring. You can definitely lay this flat. I don't know why I'm like, nope, gotta decorate it while it's all up. But if you really want to see your definite edges, maybe you want it up a little bit so you know you're not getting anything stuck anywhere. This is a cute one. I like the way the flowers are, but I'm like, should they go at the top or like an edge or at the very base like this? Maybe we'll do that. Okay, I don't really want to, again, bore you guys with this part, but I do want you to see. Clearly, I'm going to put glue. Maybe that one comes from there. That would be cute. Although the flower to me looks like it should be the other way, but that's okay. We have all these bits, so maybe this one goes here, and then this one also doesn't have much going on. I'll put that one there, and this one has a lot of pink, and that's pretty. I'll glue that one like here, this direction. It's a little more pink over here. And then this guy I'll just glue here, okay? So I don't want to waste your time, but basically just matte layering all those pieces. Okay, and last one. And I try to, you know, eyeball and make sure everything's kind of lined up together. You know, we're cutting these things by eye, even though you're using a paper trimmer. So they might still be a little, one might be a little shorter than the other, whatever. But I'm trying to just make sure, like, most of the lines are about the same. Hopefully. You can see that one's a little bit crooked. Look how pretty. Oh my gosh, this thing feels so thick. And you can stand up like that. It looks awesome. Again, how do you want to decorate? I mean, you're going to have lots of fun with this. Okay. So I have all these bits. Doesn't mean I'm using all of them. I just, you know, I mean, that's pretty. Maybe a little flourish. That's an extra bit of paper. Oh, these guys look too much alike. So maybe this one comes up here. And then we have this. You know, if you want to cover it up. I don't know if we want to cover it up, but just have some different layers. I definitely need some kind of flowers. This one doesn't really have flowers, so let me go dig around. I mean, it does. Okay, hold on. I would love for it to have pink flowers, you know? So if we had that and then popped up. I mean, that's not bad. Just the other flowers are very, well, this one's not a flower, but I mean, it is just red. There are some gold things in here. Look at this little butterfly even. I do like that though. Let me see what else we have in here. Do we have left and rights? Not really. You see this one, to me, with the blue and all that. Maybe another gold one. That's a lot of gold. And, you know, you don't even hardly see anything. I mean, this would be pretty back there, but I feel like with the blue and the blue, then what's the point, right? So it does need something contrasting. Or not, right? I mean, or not. I mean, I do have a note to say hello. It doesn't have to be sending love. But then like that goes with this instead of the blue and the blue. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday. I do love that. But all that blue there. Okay, let's see what else do we have over here. Red stuff. Blue. This interesting thing. This is cute, but I mean, it could just be like that. It doesn't have to be. That's funny because this actually fits in here really nicely. Look at that. What a treat. Okay, so maybe that's it. Maybe we keep it basic. Again, this is me. I am basic. I will absolutely take that. It's not a nice thing to tell people they're basic, just so you guys know. But I do not mind that one bit. And you really don't want to pick at your... Actually, I don't even think this is a sticker. Is it? I don't think so. You guys always tell me that... See? That's the difference right there. See how stark and kind of bluish white that is? This one needs to be stuck down. And the other one is a sticker, but I don't want it to be a sticker, so that's funny. Okay. I want to pop that one up. I'm just putting a little glue here. Should we bring it all in so it fits in a 6-inch envelope? Okay, fine. Let's bring this in. We don't want it hanging off the edge too much. It's already sticking because I'm using Nuvo Deluxe. Okay, that's as close as that's going to get. And then maybe popped up here. Oh my gosh, I want it a little more this way. Okay, let me put some dimensionals on this, guys. I thought this was going to be kind of a quick video, and it's taking a long time because of all my choices. Sorry. Oh, look at this. I have some stuff here from another crop at home. So let me just line this out with some dimensionals. Again, you can definitely take this backing off and then just hit it with some baby powder or something like that. Cornstarch, the back of your embossing buddy, you know, whatever it is. I'm going to see if I don't have something that I can stick behind here. It's not going to come from this kit, clearly. I just feel like I need something else. So I will be right back. Well, let me just stick this down. Sorry, guys. While we're here. Oh, see? No, that's too high. See? I should have paid attention to what I was doing earlier. I felt like this needed to be... Is that really that stuck down? Maybe it's not stuck down. Oh, it's pretty on there. It's pretty on there. Okay, fine. Fine. You know what? I'll leave this here, and then maybe when I look for something over here, I'll find something colorful like these colors to tuck in here. How about China Cabinet? This one does have some brighter, like this red. I'm looking at this little cluster over here, these pinkies, and it has the blues and kind of purples in it. It's very cute. I don't know which direction this is supposed to go. Does that look good? Yeah, it looks good. Looks good to me. Okay, that fills in, kind of bringing that down, so that's good. Okay. Honestly, this is the first box I saw when I turned around. I have this whole credenza, maybe you've seen it in other videos behind me here, and it just has a ton of Griffin, you know, stickers and things just kind of there. And all I did was turn around, and I was like, travel? No. And I'm like, oh, China Cabinet. Just figure that'd be cute. Look at that. Okay. And then we have this guy. Again, I was going to put it there. I don't believe this is a sticker, so we'll just stick this down. And hopefully you guys have fun with this. You know, this is a great one, again, for all that ephemera you have, even if you have scrapbooking stuff, all those, you know, Spellbinders card kits you had, maybe even card kits from Diamond Press or anybody, really, any ephemera. And just think about how you'd want to play with that. Now, I was going to leave this pretty flat, but honestly, you know, if it was under here, I would keep it super flat. If you wanted to put dimensionals on this, you definitely could. I feel like this guy's already popped out. Let's let that blend back, kind of fall back there. And I don't know if I'm going to add any more flowers, but, oh, that's cute. That would have been cute. You know what I'm saying? I like the way that looks, kind of framing that out. But, I mean... Do I have a left and right? Let me see if I have left and right, because that's obviously upside down. You know, the stem's down here. So I have another one coming up this way. Let me check. Hold on. I think we do have a left and right, right? How about that? Again, I mean, I kind of wanted it where it was. Maybe that pushes over too much. Because I don't want it sticking out so that we can legitimately put this in a 6-inch. Look, saying that, but that one's a little bit farther out. Generally, envelopes give you a little bit extra than just this, you know, the size of whatever it is that you're putting in there. Give you a little wiggle room. Okay, maybe not. So I'm glad I spent the time looking for that. Oh, look at this one. Cute. I was thinking just something else that might be a little brighter. You know, have a little more color. Does that one look like that goes? Is that weird? China Cabinet's so cute. I mean, look at all these flowers. Even these guys, you know. Okay, let me see about what maybe single rows I can put in there that looks like it's in the right direction. Maybe it's this one. Maybe it's that one. Just a little something. He seems kind of sad and lonely, like by himself. It's cute. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, I found a good one. I was like, you know what? Maybe it needs more pink. I really would like more pink. And then it has the purple and the blue in there, which doesn't really have a lot of purple back here, but it does have the blue. So there we go. And so let's take the back off of this. And that is our card, guys. So super easy. I'm telling you, that's why I remembered everything, because once you make one, you kind of, it stays in your mind. 6 by 10, 2, 2, 4, 4 on both sides, and then just cutting it from 2 all the way down to 6. Turn it over. 2 down to the 6, and anything you want to top this with. I mean, it takes up a lot of paper. It's very cool. I'm going to tuck half of this in the back of this guy. Cute. And put it like right here. And this is a rectangle, but it just happened to fit there really nicely and in a cute way, in my opinion. Move this over just a little bit more. Have a little fun with that. And you guys, that is my card. Let me put everything away. We'll appreciate it, and I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so that is my card. You know, maybe I could have put the blue. I don't know. I feel like it's okay with the blues. I do love pulling that blue in, though. I think that was a good idea and really fun to just use those things up. I've had those, I don't know, what, 10 years? More. Longer. Definitely longer, that's wall. And you can always write your message on the back, put another matte layer if you want, you know, whatever it is. I mean, that looks really pretty. It's really fun. It's super cool when you look at it from the front. I like the style with all the little French things there, and sending love and hugs. All right, guys. And that is so funny how that just perfectly fit in there. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. I do know that recently a lot of people have been watching a video that I put out like 5 years ago. I don't even know. It's super old. On the Crafter's Companion pop-up card. Do you guys remember those things? Everyone had one. I think like every company made this for a minute, where you have the box and then it lays flat, and then when you pop it open and there's like different layers inside. All of a sudden I started receiving all kinds of comments on that video, and I guess they put it out again on HSN, but what I didn't realize is the one on HSN now is huge. It's like a 7-inch card. Like when you lay it down, it's 7 inches or so. Like it looks really big. I don't know. I can tell like by the little grids, you know, during the promo or demo. And I was like, we can just make that by hand, and that might help you guys, because apparently it doesn't come with instructions, which kind of happens with Crafter's Companion. Sometimes they want you to watch videos or however. So I was like, well, I'll make it from scratch, and then also that'll help you guys learn how to make it yourself if you bought the kit, because it's the same thing. And we used to make these things from scratch anyway. That's why people started making dies for them. But this one's a big guy. So I was like, you know, that's going to be even easier, to be honest. So follow-up video after this one in the next day or two will be making that big guy from scratch. It's going to be big, though. So, I mean, you have to either hand deliver that or put it in a really big envelope. That's, I don't know. But also, I'm just thinking how to fill it in. So that's the whole point of like buying the kit. It comes with like florals and all these things. But, you know, we have all this ephemera and all these cute things. We have plenty of dies, and I'm sure, you know, your Cricut, all these things that you can help you decorate, right? So I'll show you how to make the basic box and things. We'll talk a little bit about filling it in, but I'll leave it at that. So next video will be that. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. I'll have images coming up. Hopefully you're still enjoying this Start From Stash series type thing like this. Let's use up our papers and goodies, and I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.